that's the next car that I'm gonna probably.
Right. Hello, one and all. We're still waiting for the players to join, so we'll get there in a moment.
They
But
get
this
like
is yeah,
that you fill
yeah.
them up with gas, but they get like 60 something miles to the gallon because the battery, the engine and the battery just sort of charges itself and it like, runs. But it's like a true hybrid engine. But it's you do fill it up with gas still, right? Like okay, maybe you're only going to the pump once a month, but you're still you still need to put gas in the car, right? And that's as opposed to these things that plug in and I got to put a separate battery and electric,
Mm. Well,
to
you should have. You should.
to give Elon Musk more money. It's like, yeah, no, I'm good. I
you
don't think I need to do that.
you should have a pretty. You should have a very pretty map. I hope.
Have you figured out how to do those the mixed ones? Oh, that's nice. The live ones.
Line what?
Oh, whatever they are, the animated maps, the ones that everyone
Oh,
saw.
there's a very subtle animation on this one.
So you have been doing it.
Well, this was my first map with a very subtle bit of animation on it.
Yeah, I see the something. They look like
They're astral fish.
they're okay. I was gonna say they look like fish, but I didn't want to say something to hurt your feelings. I was gonna like they look like fish.
No. Yeah, don't forget. Stargan's always fishing, isn't he? So I put some fish on the map I put fish on the map for him. Although if you zoom in, you can see it goes a bit funny in places.
Now, did you do that all yourself?
No, I mean obviously that was one of the built-in ones, and I just drew a line. But I've just noticed there's a graphical glitch in the middle of it there. So
Yeah, I got to figure out how to do that. I haven't been.
yeah, it was the first time I tried it. But anyway, you're on the wrong ship at the moment.
There's two of us.
Wow.
And Cernan and me, huh? It's going to be a small group.
Well, exactly. But yes, that's the interesting thing. That Cernan and you are still on your. I forgot what they called the ship. What did they call this ship? I don't think they have yet. So this is
I think we decided to wait until everybody else came on board, and then we were going to do it, name it. So
really slow start. This plays every week.
The HMS Pinafore.
It is the very model of a modern Major General.
Indeed.
We a go or a no go?
Score of you?
I was in that show when I was in high school.
It's such a great show. Who'd you play? One of the pirates, or?
I was the bosun.
We had 4 last week. We got 4 this week.
So you were singing "Come Men Who Plow the Sea."
Oh yeah.
Not sure how much of that's copyrighted, so shh.
Oh,
yeah.
Jace, I'm sure it is.
Like there's the first page of the Canterbury Tales, right? Juan the Sapril and all that shit, right? And the Shota Sota, that whole thing.
Okay, so Cernan and TK are still on the strike. It's been quite a bit of time since the rest of the party boarded the other strange ship that is still emitting a distress signal.
You. That's a double check. Join.
So what do the two of you want to do? I suppose you should ask.
1, 2, 3. We got 4 of us. We should be okay.
Well, 4 last week, so last time I should say. Accurate, aren't we?
Wiring.
Let's right. So let me see now. We don't have Triss this week, so we'll put Triss on hold. We'll take off hold, take Cernan hold. Okie dokie. So, yeah, it looks like it got blocked. Right. Oh, hang on. Someone just dropped off. Lost Simon.
I'm here. It was noisy, so I.
No. We just lost Simon. He disappeared. I heard him say something and then vanish. Next. Maybe it's just going to be the three of you. That'll be interesting. Hey ho. Oh, we're here now. Go for it. Need to take Trist. Teleport Trist back.
We tend to get a lot done when the
Yes, yeah, that is true.
it's just 3.
Okay, so from so I've got Cernan, who we haven't heard from yet, and we got TK still on the ship.
Oh, I'm here. I'm just eating breakfast.
That's absolutely fine. I've just got paranoid. So, basically, what happened was, we're going to say they were the scouting party. So, basically speaking, to fill you in, I do believe, yes. Well, I'm trying to remember what you do. So, you are headed to Winterspace because you have information that before you destroyed the star Xaryxis, these Xaryxian elves, astral elves, had basically provided a crystal like the one, a seed and a star seed like the ones that had been found at Abitorial, yeah, that you saved, had provided, and the Imperial Elven fleet is supposedly building a super weapon in the Winterspace. You've got forged paperwork that should allow you to land on the small moon of Fenedoor. On the way there, you picked. You were on the way there. You encountered a ship that had been reported. That there's this ship that's giving off a distress call, and a couple of traders had reported investigating the ship that emitted the distress calls, and no one was ever heard of again. That's where you are at the moment. So the advanced team. The advanced team went aboard, leaving Cernan and TK back on the strike because you obviously weren't here last time. But it's all gone very quiet. So what do you guys want to do?
Keep investigating.
Well, should we join them?
I would say it's a logical thing to do.
Be a bad idea.
Yep. Basically, I'm going to say that you can. There's for sake of ease, obviously, is going to say you've got a way to bring the rowboat back and then board it, and then we'll put the two of you. I figured you would. I was just trying to. We'll put the two of you.
Floating in space.
you book basically you as you get back to the other ship, you find an open hatch in the rear area, and that's basically what the two of you see. In the meantime, Sargon, I do believe you opened a door, didn't you? To a main, basically a room full of constructs. It's full of mechanical equipment, clockwork parts, tools, and grease. The constructs seem to be in various states of assembly or disassembly. You're not sure which. And
Some of them have been smashed apart.
possibly, maybe there'll be dismantled for spares or put back together. But as I say, in the middle of the room, surrounded by parts, are two constructs. They appear to be. I don't remember what they look like. Yeah, they seem to be spherical. They have spherical bodies with a sort of large eye in the middle of them. Two wing-like extrusions on the back. Yes, they can fly with those. So they've got mechanical wings and arms, 2 arms and 2 legs. They both look up at you as you open the door. So what I shall do is I shall go back to Cernan and TK. You've just entered the rear area. You guys are here. If you can't find yourselves, I'll allow you guys to advance a bit if you want. For the record, there is a door there. It appears locked. It appears to be locked when you try and open it. Whether you want to try, yeah. Either you want to try picking it, be my guest, or you can carry on deeper into find the rest of the party. TK, you've just spotted Mortimer standing at the end of the corridor there.
So there's 2 constructs that look like beholder thingies in the room.
Indeed.
I assume I'll say out loud. I assume you're going to attack me.
At which point they look up, click at each other, and draw some swords. Them up from off the ground. Okay, 1 on 1. Oh, let's look tokens. Tokens moves to there. Oh, daggers. Goes to stab you with the dagger.
First strike.
Be my guest. He has hit you, but if you put him down, it won't matter.
Just the one since it's first strike.
You hit it.
I love Modrons. They're so much fun.
You shake it.
Goofy as
Therefore,
all get, but
therefore, I will have to spend a penny to unshake and hit you. Oh dear. Shaking you back. So basically, you hit each other. You hit the construct. It sort of reverberates back, jiggers around a bit, and therefore you're quite upset when it suddenly seems to recover a bit quicker than you expected, and basically clocks you one.
so why is Morty out there? Can he not fit in?
I just don't think. I think you left him outside because of the. I think it was to do with when you were being attacked by the
That's
globe,
right.
wasn't it?
He took a hit, didn't he?
Yeah. Okay. The other what you see, Sargon, is the other construct takes flight and seems to fly off into a vent halfway up the wall. Worthington, you're up, sir.
Watch for flanking.
Right. Morty. I'll call Morty to me. Then I'll hop on board. Bad choice of words. And then I'll have them go to there. I think that is about as. And then I'll make with the stabby on the Modron.
With the stabby on the Mondron, that'd be my guess. Monodrone, I should say. Monodrone.
It's not a Modron.
They're called monodrones, so. I
Is
thought
that
they were
for,
Modrons. I don't know, actually. I thought they were Mondron. They labelled up as. Maybe that's a typo on
I
my
thought they
part.
were
I don't know.
renamed for technically
They possibly could be, couldn't
renamed
they?
enough to
Yes.
be not suable.
They could well be. Although it doesn't matter because I'm still using the original.
I think Modron is the species, and Monodrone is the
I think
specific
you're right. Yes.
critter.
Oh, because they're the ones.
Yes, I think
That
you're
makes
right. Yeah,
sense.
Modron is the race, and Monodrone is yeah,
It's shape.
is the type. Yes, because it's the sphere,
Well
isn't
done,
it?
sir. Well done.
Well done. I shall award. You have been awarded a Betty.
Yay.
You hit it. Ooh. You thunder in behind Sargon, lance lowered, and you skewer it. It basically collapses on the floor. Okay, I set them up as oil. Yes, I did.
Nice.
Brings us to Cernan. Sounds like they're having fun in there. Sargon shouts something about flanking. Silence. On hold. In.
Cernan is going to open this door. I presume I can open it.
It's already open.
It is already open. And step in and say, "Hey guys, what's going on?"
Got a flyer.
Sorry.
Watch out for flanking.
A flyer is flanking. Okay. In which case, I will go on hold.
Leads us to last but not least TK.
So that thing in the corner, that's a.
Actually, that globe isn't there anymore.
Okay. So
I
there's
think
nothing
you
there.
find bits of the
Everyone's-
globe are lying in the room over here when it came to light from the attack party last week.
Don't ask about the globe.
Yeah, and there's nothing. I can't really get through the door.
Other people.
I mean, I guess I could squeeze through to get like here.
Cernan pats Morty's flank.
And can't really see anybody. So I guess I would go on hold as well. I mean, there's nothing,
There's one more in there.
there's one more in there. I can't see.
He's not on site.
Sargon
goodness.
unshakes.
I was warning you about chicken. All right. Opening a door is a free action or a
Movement's a free action, so yeah. I mean, if the door's not if the door's not locked, yes, you just open a door and walk through. Yes,
Okay.
that door there is actually halfway up the wall. If that makes sense. It's like a cover for an air vent. It's open at the moment, so you can see inside. You can see this creature is basically crawling along the corridor just ahead of you.
Alright,
You can
I
reach it.
will-
Yeah.
Check a thing at it.
Yep.
Ranged. Melee.
You hit it. Shake it.
I'll accept that.
External requests interrupt.
Hearing the rigmarole and that he's saying something about going back the other direction, Cernan is going to dart back to this door.
Okay.
And now he will find out that it is indeed locked. Bummer.
You will do, yes. However, if you want to attempt to unopen it, you can attempt to do so.
Stealth is lockpicking?
Actually, this door is actually. I take that back slightly. The door isn't locked. What actually happens is you open the hand, you open it. It moves in it moves in slightly, and then stops as if something's blocking it. So a good hearty strength check should push the door open.
Totally what he told us last time.
Totally forgot. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm at the wrong angle from running down here. All good.
Yeah. I got me locked doors muddled up. I apologise. Okay, that gets us to TK. That door that was locked that you opened. TK moves into the room full of bits and bobs. Debris on the floor. Not known we'd have a field day in here.
If I can see him, I can shoot him, huh?
You can, although he is higher up in an air vent, so you will have cover against. He'll have medium cover against you, but you can see him.
Cover from casting a spell?
Depends on the what spell you're casting.
Oh, I'd probably do elemental manipulation at him.
Give him light cover then. There you go.
Light cover. I guess I need to take blast or bolt.
Well, an area effect wouldn't give him cover at all because you just dump it in you dump it in the area. But something like manipulation, where you need to get, you need to be able to get it. I will. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
Well, maybe I'll just confuse him then.
Okay,
That's-
confused.
that-
Yep. Confused is
That's
absolutely
an
fine.
area of effect.
Yep. Just have to pay the extra point selective so you don't confuse Sargon.
Oh, I'm okay confusing Sargon.
Okie dokie. Okay, so are you making the monodrone and Sargon distracted or vulnerable?
Well, I'm not making Sargon. I did pay the extra.
I know, I was joking.
But I will make him distracted.
Okay, just stirring the pot. That was all.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, the monodrone remains shaken. And basically,
And distracted.
and distracted. On one action, it fails to recover. Therefore, it's just going to stay put. I've got to think about how it works. Worthington.
All right. What do we got here?
You got an open door there. You've got a closed door there. You got a closed door there.
So do I want to throw open the doors and bring new baddies in? Yes, that is what I want to do.
Of course you do.
Excuse me. Anything down in there?
You opened the door, are you?
Yeah.
Was there?
Did I go to
Oh,
the
yeah.
wrong place? I
Okay.
went to the wrong place, didn't I?
The door's there. That's fine. Okie dokie. This appears to be well, you suspect it might have been some sort of library. The walls are filled with bookcases with a study desks in the middle. It seems well preserved, and yeah, there appears to be many books and texts in here.
There's books here.
Indeed.
Not really my area of expertise, but sure someone can find some use of it.
Indeed. It should also be pointed out, after a few seconds, the books seem to be sort of moving across the floor and sort of basically piling themselves up. Loads of books seem to start flying across the place and piling themselves up. And then suddenly they start advancing towards you.
Perfectly normal thing for a pile of books to do. Don't worry.
Appears the books are aggressive.
You zoom in, you can see exactly they appear to have formed a humanoid-like shape out of the books.
Dawes apparently bought Candlekeep and is slowly converting it.
Might even be forming a person.
Indeed. By confusing this thing, we might have time to capture it. Seems. Okay. Right. Sounds good to me. Brings us to Sargon. It is confused. Yes, it's sort of it seems to be very confused at the moment. It doesn't know. It's sort of just sitting there twitching and bashing itself into the wall.
Okay.
Got louder.
Speaking, I'll try throwing another blade at it. I don't think anything does that. I'll do that. I will reshape my mind blade into two. Kick off might. Yeah. And I'm targeted. Yes, I do. So, nope, that's the wrong one. Here we go. And the second throw. That'll hit better. So, first damage.
Okay.
Which it probably doesn't survive.
Probably doesn't, but do you want to roll the second one for bragging rights?
Sorry, what?
That will incapacitate it, but if you want to roll the second set of damage just to see how much bragging you can do on the amount of damage you've pulled, you know, some players like to roll regardless. It's up to you. I don't mind.
Yeah, nothing suspicious about that at all, right?
Okay, it's it is very much dismantled by those attacks. Bits of cogs and everything explode out everywhere. Can't bleed out, poor thing. It collapses into a pile of broken bits and pieces.
Did
Brings
Remington
us
say anything about his book golems?
mention something, I think.
Okay.
Yep.
I will kick off the wall and start heading that way.
You're my guest. Brings us to Cernan.
Cernan gets to this door. Here's all the battle going on back there, and it's like, I swear these guys are trying to get me out of the fight. And decides he's going to push this door open anyhow.
Okay, go for it. Successful.
Oh, I see him doing that.
Said if the fight won't come to Cernan, then push open the nearest door.
To have the, yeah.
Was it gold or white we fought last time?
Good
Whites
question.
are fun.
Oh, they messed us up. Those were the toughest fight.
Oh yeah, because you had wizard ones, didn't you? It's not actually the link. I've obviously broken the link. They were whites. Okay, this old storage room appears to be full of dusty tomes, crumbled scrolls, and broken wooden furniture. On the wall's northern wall is a chained older man in priest vestments.
Whites were getting frisky in here.
Actually, I got it the wrong way around. The other one was locked. Oh, it doesn't matter. It was locked, but I don't care. You forced it open. I'm forgetting my own notes.
Okay, Cernan will go ahead and step forward and check if this guy is still alive.
He has, as you walk towards him, he looks up and begs for you to destroy the constructs and save him. He says his name is Tammers, and he claims the constructs that the constructs are taken over, but the constructs have been taken over by religious insanity, and thinks they are following Denir's will with an unstable pentadrome as their leader. They killed all the living people on the vessel, and he gives a date which you recognise as being about 50 years ago. Doesn't know why they.
What, 50? 50?
50 years ago. He said he's lost all track of time. He thinks it's been. He obviously he mentions the date and asks what he basically asks what year it is. The attack occurred, and he says a year 50 years ago. He goes, I think I've been up here for a few years. I've lost all sense of time. Why they kept me alive, I do not know.
Okay, it looks like you're fairly safe right here. I'm going to go ahead and unlock you, but you need to just stay put until we can figure this out. And I will do what I can to attempt to unlock him. Does it look like there's any kind of keys or anything nearby?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the keys are actually in the locks. It's because they're out of reach of him. He can't do anything about it.
Ah, okay. I will unlock him. and I will say, stay here, everything will be just fine, and I will go ahead and step back out into the hallway.
Okie dokie. Golems. And what's dash? What's this? Everyone gets ridiculously good cards except for me. It's not fair. Spend a penny.
It's a new
That's better.
mod.
What
That's
what I
better.
find frustrating is that I have improved what's a doodle, and I still have
Level-headed.
been going last every single time. I
Oh,
haven't drawn above a 9.
Just
Improved
wait till
level-headed?
someone in. Just wait till you're running a group where some guy takes Arrow or
Yeah,
3.
improved level-headed.
I just
Mm.
had to do. That's why I asked about that, Dawes. I had to deal with that, and dealing from the shoot is what I have to do now.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it. You
For that Harrow or 3. The
the only
shoot
other
works. The funny thing is that the decked out mod screws, so I don't get it won't let me view the deck
Yes.
anymore. You know how you used to be.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It does fight. The only other idea I came up with, I didn't bother posting it because I thought actually the shoe might be the best way. The only other idea I came up with was to have, because it's the first 5 cards, isn't it? The only fact actually
So what I did is if like you draw them, like I think it's if you double click it, it puts them in the window.
Yeah,
Right?
it does.
Like so everybody sees it. So they're all 5 there, and it's like, okay, so where do you want these 5?
Just
And
like
then
you
I
should see
just
now,
go-
yeah.
Right, and then you drag those to the tracker, and
Yeah.
then the rest of them, like I just drag from the shoe rather, just top
Yeah.
to bottom, and I just.
I think it's the only way you can do it. It's the real pain. I have to be honest. Actually, I'm not. Yeah, it's probably one of those ones that I'd probably say, don't take that one in Fantasy Grounds.
Oh,
He asked,
straight in.
he asked me.
Is that the
He
command
asked-
one?
He asked me
No.
beforehand. He's like, "Do you mind if I take this?" I'm like, "Fuck, you've already taken the first 2. Go
Yeah,
ahead."
I
You know,
know.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not.
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
tell
I know what you
not
mean.
to,
Yeah.
you know?
Exactly.
Because
Yeah.
there's a command one that allows you to draw a card and distribute it. Does
Yeah,
that work?
Tactician.
Yeah, Tactician, which is I do it the same way. I deal the cards to the public deck like I've just done now. That's how I deal with
Yeah.
Tactician.
Okay.
And then
yeah,
you
'cause
just
I was
pick.
thinking about taking that too.
Yeah,
but if it
Tactician's
doesn't
not a
work, I
problem.
didn't want to mess you up.
No, Tactician's not a problem.
Okay, cool.
But Harrow 3, I hadn't noticed that one. The other 2 aren't too bad because it's just effects you create, isn't it? And they're based on the card they've been dealt that
Yeah,
round.
it's just something he's doing, like throwing cards. It's like that
Yeah.
Gambit from the Marvels, right? So,
Yeah.
but this one he gets to pick. It's like, okay, great. I mean, it's whatever they want to do. It works fine, but it took some figuring. But I wouldn't, my thing is I would never say like, no, like you want to do that, go ahead. I mean, we'll find a way around it. It's part of the game. But I've derailed. Shit, I might have gotten blocked. Did I get blocked? I might have.
I could hear you.
Yeah, you can hear you. I was just someone.
Oh, so
Just-
it wasn't quite. I thought maybe you guys canceled me because I was talking too much. So I was just like,
Anyway.
oh, okay.
might treat that. I might treat that as your whole 6 seconds, though. Only joking. What you doing, TK?
Oh, is it my turn? I didn't even fucking
is.
know it was my turn. All right. So, all right.
Oh, flow them beddies, apparently.
Oh, good. I haven't logged on as my daughter to get ours yet, but did I say that out loud?
Thank you, RGN. RGN Hatame. Can't pronounce that one. Someone else could probably try better. It'll be in the chat, I think. Yeah. TK is moving to there. RNG, he hate me. Of course it is. I see it now. Give yourself a Betty. I like that. Okay, you move to there, TK. Target book, Golem 1. Indeed, it's a pain in the backside.
Just as a double check. Are their parry and toughness really 1 and 1?
Good. Let's have a look. Parry should be
Combat track
2
1 and 1.
plus
That's what I meant.
5. Fighting is 5 plus 2. Parry is 7. Toughness would be 2 plus 7. Plus armor of 4 makes their toughness 11. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Don't forget the other one.
I won't forget the other one. Thank you for pointing it out before I failed to notice. Please have a belly for your honesty.
I'll take that shaken result.
No, you won't.
What did you do?
Corrected their typos.
There you go.
Yeah, that's better.
I'll take 2 wounds, thank you.
That doesn't seem fair to me. That's not on. Why don't
It's
I even
not
get
fair.
to
It's the 2 4 rolls I got.
2 wounds, a
Indeed.
roll, another reason.
Okay, Harrow Free
Collect
Edge,
chicks,
page
shotgun
85
damage, so
of
please.
the Pathfinder Companion, which probably will get blotted out because of the software. Yeah, it's an edge in the Pathfinder Companion. Okie dokie. So where were we? Golem number 1, who's going first, and if he doesn't soak this, means it's all game over for me. So let's try and see what I can do. Yeah. Yeah, basically soaks all the damage, I'm afraid to say. Okie dokie. Oh, no. Someone else has just hacked on and said, let the belly slow. Thank you, Belly Back 24.
I think I might know who that might be. Elizabeth, right?
You might know a volleyball player that has the number 24.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
He already said he needs to log on to his daughter's account and say it, Tony. He said it out loud. I know damn well what he's up to.
Because we stream all her volleyball games, right, for the parents that can't come on that
Gotcha.
account.
So Twitch is being used for games. What do you know?
Real life
Right.
games, that's just freaky. That's just too freaky. Okay, once per day is limited action.
Real life, no. What a thing. You can't
Yeah,
do that.
no, real life. We don't do real life around here. At 2, okay. This is me trying to be clever, but I rolled the 2 anyway, so I'm just going to do it. So, 1. See, they should go there technically, shouldn't they? Up. Okay. Basically, this book golem here sort of raises its book-like arms out, and basically books start to swarm all over the place. Indeed.
My goodness. So they're budding.
It's created 2 book swarms. So that's a limited free action, which is quite scary. Means that before it acts. Okay.
So
Environment.
are they set on fire?
No. They're just flying books. Lots of flying books.
A lot of times they'll catch on fire when you warm a book. says book
Yeah.
swarm, right?
I'm always tempted to grade that as a negative Benny, but I'm not going to. Okay, I am going to move the. However, the book golem's going to. The book golem's going to go to there and slam Mortimer. Actually, he hit you, so you're okay. Morty's fine. I can live with that.
Yeah. Good boy, Mortimer.
Hang on. Something went funny there. Targeted himself. What's your parry
Someone's got
is...
a screen name of He Hate Me. Do you guys remember that football player? I mean,
It's-
obviously he does, but
No, it's RNG. He hate me. Was he?
yeah, but there was a football player, an NFL player that had He Hate Me
Yeah.
as his name, which is where that I'm almost positive that guy got that thing from. He just put RNG in front of it.
Okay, a book swarm 2. Oh, okay. So actually, I need the token, not it. I'll do. Is I get to hit all of you.
Oh my goodness.
First, the swarm though.
We just get a drive-by booking.
You got to
did, didn't
drive
we?
by. You just got to drive by booking. Yes.
If I remember correctly, swarms are immune to regular weapons, right? Even if
Yes.
they're magical.
Yeah, area of effect attacks or stomping.
Todd
Sermons.
Smart was the guy's name.
Okay, I think all of you are going to be okay, actually. Rod Smart, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no, Mortimer's suffers multiple paper cuts.
Oh God. I
You-
am going to.
You can spend a
resist that
penny to
use
make a riding check.
Try and soak it. Yep.
Yep. It's a riding check, isn't it, rather than a soak?
He's got some layers in there that should be able to. There you go.
That's absolutely fine. Yep.
Morty's layers. He's fine. He
Yeah.
shrugs that off.
Okay, and then I shall move that to there.
Oh,
then
I saw a video on TikTok of a guy who builds dungeons for his hamster, and I thought of Mortimer. Like the hamster, he builds paper mache dungeons that the hamster crawls through and gets a little cheese in a treasure chest at the end.
Okay, so now there's a new definition of too much time on one's hands.
I know. I keep thinking about it because they're quite elaborate. So
Yes.
they got traps in
I
there
mean,
and everything.
far
They
be
go
it from
across
any
a
of
rickety
us to
bridge.
talk.
He's got Indiana Jones arrows coming out the wall and everything.
Far be it for us, any of us, to talk about someone else's hobbies. But Jesus Christ, really?
Okay,
Who
so
wasn't seen any of his videos? Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Tavis, sir. Two book swarms fly around the room trying to administer paper cuts to everyone, but nothing really too untoward happens.
Swarms don't hinder movement?
They do not.
Okay. I think I'm going to need to be tanky a bit, so I am going to...
Not like the old days where just walking through an area of a sweat effect you automatically took damage. You have to end your turn in a swarm to take damage now.
I'm going to... What does it do with the raid?
Oh, it's got mimics and everything. I'm going to look at that later.
2 point with the raise, it's to toughness instead. Oh, okay. Shield other... No, I can't do that. Additional recipients, can't do that. Adaptable caster. Okay, so that's all. That's all it does. So I will 2 points for armor. There we go. And then I will tumble backwards. And launch a selective blade storm, hitting all 3 of these guys.
Okay.
I want the book golem.
Send forth dozens of psionic blades, sir.
Don't know if they've got armor. So do a little bit of armor just to be safe.
That's cool.
Alright, so
It's a nice touch. A wizard who has
3,
spell books as a damage field.
5. Damage 5, 6 points. I'm gonna try Bennying that. I've crap load of bennies. I'll try Bennying that again. Well, at least I've got 1 hit, 1 success. So damage. We have to wait to reroll, right? Go through them all first.
Yeah. Actually, no. If you want to re-roll, well, it's up to you which way you want to do it. Because you can, if you re-roll instantly, I think. We'll work it out. Okay, so I take it that you've shaken. Hang on, it's done all that on the. It's done all that on. Done all that on.
On book golem 1. Okay.
Hang on. I can deal with that. So let's take that to there and do that, and then we'll take that to there and put that on there. So, okay, let me tidy that up. Fantasy Grounds done for us. So, you have the way it stands at the moment is you've shaken Book Golem 1, you've shaken Book Swarm 1, and you've destroyed Book Swarm. Sorry, look. Let's just destroy Book Swarm 2 because I'm get 1 here because I can't get my numbers right. Book Swarm 1's gone. You've destroyed it. It's all there. So now, as it stands at the moment, the Book Golem and the other Swarm are just shaken. So you can apply. If you want to apply those, fine. Otherwise, just if you want to re-roll for damage, feel free to do so. But just tell me which one.
I will try re-rolling for damage on the book golem.
So you want to on the Swarm or
the.
Anyway,
Dropped it on the wrong spot.
That's okay. I shall give you your Benny back and just roll the damage.
Okay.
It's like you're just going to shake them both. It seems to be the way you're trapped.
Armor 4, AP 2.
And leave them both shaken?
Yeah, I'll stop there.
Okay, no problem at all. Shaken's always good. Makes life easier for everyone else. Sterling, you're up, sir.
Okay, Cernan is going to see all this stuff going on back over here. And what is Cernan going to do? Is he going to come over and help? Yeah, he'll probably come over and help. So Cernan will move to there and see what he can see. Okay, he can see Golem 1. So
Some of the books appear to be damaged, and some psionic blades seem to be dissolving, fading out of existence as you approach.
okay, I will. Yeah, I saw the sonic blades fly past. So I'm going to throw a couple bone shards at it.
It's a hit with a raise.
Yeah, let's Benny that. Too many ones involved there. Not that that's much better.
Different dice, same result. No power points, of course, so it's okay. Mind the bolt's quite powerful in that way.
Yeah, let's go ahead and throw one more Benny at it since we've got the raise. Let's just cross our fingers. And get even worse. Okay, yeah, we're done.
It's obviously, you obviously affect the bolt, but that's about it. Yeah, your bolt obviously hits a book, but doesn't seem to do much to the whole structural
Yeah,
integrity.
it's now page. It's like a bookmark.
Yes. Brings us to Worthington Pettigrew.
Yes, sir. Has he engaged me?
Yes, he has.
Okay. All right. Well, then I need to. Sorry, I'm just doing that because I couldn't get access to Mortimer. I'm not actually moving anybody. Couldn't get access to Worthington. Not actually moving anybody. There we go. That's really what I want to do. Okay. Target him. All right.
Got him targeted. I'm gonna laugh actually. You can't really see Morty because you're on top of him. But basically, if you could see Morty, he's wearing a crown right now on my screen.
Oh, really?
Because I've got that
Yeah, 'cause
extension that
has initiative.
yeah. But it's because of the way you positioned it. You can't actually see Morty because, of course, your token's on top of him. But you can just sort of see the faded out top of Morty's head with a crown on it. So
That's the due that he is richly deserves.
indeed.
For God's sake.
What are we doing? There we go.
That's a hit with a raise. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt.
3 wounds. That's quite a lot of wounds, isn't it? Quite annoying, in fact.
And then bennies.
Okay. Well, 3 wounds. I've got 4 bennies. I'm going to spend one. Avis gave me a benny, so I'm going to spend it. 2 of the wounds soaked, so the book golem is still standing, slightly tattered, and some of the pages have fallen out of the books, but it's still standing, I'm afraid.
So how many did he soak? Just one?
2 of the 3 wounds.
Oh, boo!
Thanks, Avis. I needed that benny. Is Mortimer going to do anything?
No.
Okay. Book golem number 2. Obviously, we know what we're going to do is its limited reaction. It's going to summon a.
Actually, that's not true. Mortimer's gonna move to the side a little so somebody else can get in there without disengaging.
Out there, then. Okay, so I've summoned another swarm, and I shouldn't have. Should have done is drag the NPC to the computer. Then I put the. There we go. That's what I should have done. Okay. Actually, I forgot. I don't actually need the. area of effect. I just increased the reach of the token so I could see how big it was. Right. This book of Golem. Okay, this book Golem back here. Some of the books, all the pages start riffling. It starts rifling through the book, flicking pages around, and then suddenly it seems to stop at one page. The book sort of floats forwards, and you can see it all appears to be magical writing on the pages of the book. On the pages of the book it's opened, and then suddenly, without any warning whatsoever, a magic missile streaks across and targeted straight at Sargon.
Oh, ouch. No. Magic missile's not an auto hit?
Oh, no. Magic missile's the trapping name. It's just the bolt power. It's Pathfinder. It's got to be magic missile, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That cost me 1 power point. Yes, and book golems have magic books amongst them. They could use the spells in the magic books to cast spells. Sargon got hit by a magic missile, but he avoids the blow as it comes hurtling towards him with his monk-like dexterity. Okay, and then Book Swarm 3 is just basically... Can't really do a lot. Actually, yes, it can. It's just going to... do a nice bit of drive-by paper cutting. So, Mortimer, Worthington, and Surnham. Okay, looks like TK's the only person there who suffers from the paper cut drive-by. He takes a wound.
Soak that?
You do get to soak it, but let Tavis's son give you all bennies first, and me as well. Thank you, Ralph. You soak the damage, no problem at all. That is the end of that round, which brings us to the next one. And Sargon gets the joke. He's obviously rather annoyed at the moment.
I am overconfident.
Okay.
I should into the swarm.
Yeah.
And then cast my Blade Storm.
Wraith, sorry.
All right, I know these are tougher now, and I need to power up the armor penetration. So that will be starting at 2, selective 3, armor penetration 5, damage 7.
Okie dokie.
And who do I have targeted? I have Book Swarm 2, which is the one I'm in. Comic book 1 and book 2. All right. And the other one is out of the way that I cannot target it, so.
Wasn't Blade Storm like a Iron Crown Enterprises mini game?
Oh. Still hit with a raise. Acceptable.
Nice.
It's not out of range regardless of what the anti-ground says, so that's okay. It's probably because you rolled it before I actually moved you, so that's fine.
Alright, so damage 1. Oh.
Golem 2 takes 4 wounds. Ouch. To soak that.
You got to soak more than 2, right?
Can't remember. Yeah, I think I won't worry about it on performance. Okay, Book Golem 1 takes a wound. That just leaves
I'll reroll that wound damage.
Okay, Book Golem 2 takes 2 wounds. Yeah. And then that just leaves the books.
The wrong one.
That's stinky.
And then for the swarm, I guess, which is last.
Why is it still saying Book Golem 2's got... I fixed it. That's 11. There we go. Okay, so you incapacitate the book swarm. Let me work that one out. Okay. You also take out Book Golem 4 because 4 wounds. I'm not even going to try and soak that. Okay, that leaves 1 wound on Book Golem 1. I'm not going to waste a penny on it. There we go. He takes a wound. So basically, yeah, you destroyed 1 Book Golem and the book swarm. 1 Book Golem is left standing. It appears to basically the books it's made up of are in a very tattered state at this point.
All right, I moved 2. That would be too far away, so I will stay back here for the moment then.
That brings us to TK.
And the pounce is just 2 on the damage, right?
I believe so.
If you do wild attack, I'll take it off of you. I'll take the vulnerable off of you.
I just did wild attack.
round.
Yeah, I'm going to wild attack.
Yep, cool.
Yeah, leaping when part of wild attack, you instead of the usual, the character can jump twice as far as listed on movement. In addition, you get an extra +2 damage when wild attacking if you pounce. Okay, so that's a hit with a raise upon the golem, and then a hit with a raise upon the golem. You do an accurate frenzied wild attack. My word. Damage number 1. 2 wounds. And damage number 2. Okay, so yeah, basically I'm not going to worry about trying to soak those. That's the end of that golemish. Yeah, you destroy it and it collapses back down to the floor.
I'm still going to remove vulnerable from him.
Certainly.
Because I can.
Because you can. Why not?
Yeah.
And Book Swarm 3 is still around.
And then I'll charge Book Swarm.
Go round the table, don't forget.
Oh, okay.
I'm joking. Oh, well, you could. No, that's fine. If you want Mortimer to make an athletic jump across the table, then just make an athletics roll for Morty as a bit of fun if you want. Or you can go round, I don't mind.
Man, yeah, I'll go around. So, Morty's been through a lot of stress today.
TK wants to be out of the way for this.
Yes, well, you just dive backwards as Morty just pounds past you.
All right. So I'm at -2 because I removed the vulnerable.
Yeah, you're multi-actioning.
What is that? Banner. Let's see. As a limited action, does that give me a -2?
Yes.
Okay. The limited means I can only just use it once a turn, right?
Correct.
I bet you.
Three wounds. Mind you, that's with your lance, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charging with the lance.
You charge in with the lance, and yeah, you You skewer a few books, but it's not enough to make
Do I
much
have a-
difference.
To have a bunch of books lined up on my lands.
Probably, yes, you probably do, yeah. But unfortunately, from the actual swarm point of view, it doesn't make much difference. All you've done is skewered, 3 of the dozens of books flying around.
Right. Yeah, I don't know about no swarms yet, so
Okay.
hopefully I can learn more about them in this encounter.
Okay, book swarm number 3 is, I'm going to say for argument's sake, is basically pretty much pinned in, as it were, from this point. So all it can do is paper cut the people that it's around at the moment. Oh dear. Worthington, you are shaken. As basically, as those books pull themselves off your lance, and just maybe the books travel down the lance and split in half, and then just paper cut you all over the place. But not as bad as Cernan, who takes a wound from the paper cuts.
No, you wound me, sir.
Cernan throws up a quick bone shard shield, and he is protected. Brings us to Cernan.
Well, let's see.
You have to
Oh,
area of
you know
effect
what?
from, right?
They're books.
Yep, that will do it. That's an accurate hit with a raise, so
Set
turn
'em
that raise on.
fire.
Yep. Turn on the raise damage, because that's an accurate throw with a raise. Yeah, effective with alchemist fire.
It's a small burst template, if I'm not mistaken. So yes, I do have to worry about hitting me and Morty.
Yeah, you do actually. Okay.
Let's go ahead and Benny that, because that was
Hold fire. It's far
Holding
based.
fire.
I don't know if alchemy. Don't know what happened there. One, I don't think you had it targeted. And
Did it not target? Oh, it didn't target because of the multi-stack.
yep, that's okay. And the other thing is, might be something I want. This is something I might want to check anyway, because it might be missing. Alchemist fire. It does have keyword fire, so it should have taken into account the fire effect. So, actually, I do want to check it. So let's make sure it works. This is me. This is the. Sorry, this is the. Wants to make sure these things are working me at this point. So under weapons, you've still got it there. So Cernan is targeting that. Hit with a raise. And then under weapons, that Alchemist Fire does 2d4 damage. Okay, that could be my mistake then. That's fine. No. Don't know why that isn't working, but that's fine. I can live with that. And the fact that I can work.
HW.
Well, yeah, Alchemist Fire's a heavy weapon, which is fine, but I don't know why the fire damage +4 didn't kick in when Alchemist Fire does show up having the keyword. Oh, that's why, because it doesn't as okay, that's fine. I don't know what's going on there. That's a bug. I will have to fix it in the core rules. That's what I wanted to check. Alchemist Fire doesn't appear to have the key.
Of the what?
The appropriate keyword.
Oh.
What does the HW mean?
Heavy weapon.
Heavy weapon. Basically, there should be a keyword of fire under Alchemist type, which is showing up there. But when I'll tell you what it is, actually. It shows up in the item. I think it's a bug. It shows up in the item, but when you drag it to your party sheet, it loses the keyword. Anyway, 10 points of damage will shake the thing here. If you want to take the reroll, if you want to spend the Benny to take the reroll and do 13 points of damage, which I just rolled for you, that will kill it.
Okay. there's the Benny.
Yeah, there's a bit of better gaming. Then also we need to do 9 points of damage to Worthington, 9 points of damage to Mortimer, and 9 points of damage to yourself. So 2 of you are shaken, but the fight's over anyway, so we won't worry about it.
Yeah.
singeing, and that's all that comes out of that. There we go. And cancel that. Got tokens again. So there we go.
They're not, the book swarm's not bleeding out so much as it's smoking out, right?
Exactly. Yeah, that's just that's just obviously automation. Out. Yes, that's the old automation. Oh, hang on here. Oh, it's hexes to get nice circles. Which means he keeps walking to walls. Okay. All seems quiet again.
So, do I still have to worry about something flanking us, or was that just a ruse?
No, there was a small spherical thing. I got it before I was able to get very far. But it was climbing. It'd gone into the vents to either run around or try and get us from behind.
Is it Tuesday already? So TK rolled
on getting stuck on walls.
I know. It's
left because of the
yeah. Okay. Worthington opens the door to the navigation room. This was the captain's room with a spell jamming helm inside, a strange-looking pentadrone holding a glowing runestone, feeding the spelljammer of energy is in here. By extracting the energy from living beings and storing them in the breachstone. Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay. Basically, so there's a pentadrone and 2 quadrones in here, and a couple of metal shield guardians. As you open the door and step in, the pentadrone orders the quadrones and the stone guardians to attack you. Stone defenders, I should say. Rather cool. I think some of you seen them before, but for those of you who did see the artwork last time, that's what Clockwork Stone defenders look like.
God, I hate those fucking things. Pardon my French.
Okie dokie. Oh, I haven't done it yet. I knew there was something I forgot to do. Okay. New combat beginning now with Sargon getting the Ace of Hearts.
The Ace of Hearts. The Ace of Hearts.
Going to spend.
That's the way I like your brother. I don't want to live forever.
Oops, no. No.
Going through my bellies here.
There we go. All right. I'm going to need this, I think.
Come on, man. What are you doing to me?
And
Are you pooping me? Every single card I drew came in under that.
It's quite impressive. I think it's very impressive. 2, 2, 2, 3, 7, 10. Very impressive. Sargon is using quickness. Okay.
So I got the Joker. I wasn't going to do it, but you pulled so many blow cards, I figured I had to try one.
Okay, TK gets the Joker. I'll put you on hold because obviously Sargon's going, but you've got the Joker, so you can interrupt at any time, of course.
Yep.
Okay.
That was a tactical use of a Benny there, isn't it? You see that many low cards.
I had to go for it. Dude, you threw like 4 bennies down on that. And the GM threw 1 and only got a 7.
Still better than the 3.
No, it has to do selective. No, I did that, so we'll go.
As we cannot control
Is
the
there a way to
players in the live
right-click
show,
and
but
add bennies for everybody?
yeah, you just right-click on the Benny stack.
On the Benny stack, got it.
There's a little hand saying, "Give bennies to PCs."
All right, I will continue and kick off the walls to get right there next to that thing.
Rogue pentagram, pentadrone, I should say.
Yep. All right. I've got frenzy. This thing is probably tough enough. I want to focus on weapons. So I will reshape my Mind Blade as I come down to strike on him. And I will be doing multiple actions since I kicked off quickness. So the first attack. Both of which hit. On only decent, yeah, let's try bennying that. Yeah, there we go. That's what we're looking for.
Hit with a raise and a hit.
Alright, so we're going to resolve this in order. And I need to open up that. So back to you. And first damage roll, which is hit with a raise. It wasn't a hit with a raise?
It didn't do the hit. It didn't do the hit. It did the hit with a raise first. That's okay. That was your. It basically Fancy Grounds stored the. I know what it is. I didn't remove the re-rolls, so there you go. So that was your first roll. So that was your hit. Okay, and now,
okay.
Yeah.
Then,
although you did a re-roll, I forgot I had to manually remove the old hits. If that makes sense. That's your hit with a raise.
There's the hit with the raise, and he will become. Let's say we'll make him distracted, just because there's so many other things in here. We'll do make him distracted. And is he still standing?
Let's find out. He soaks the first attack. Or he nearly soaked the whole of the second attack. So he's taken 1 wound up, net result. It did cost him 2 of his own bennies.
Second action to hit him. Hit him. And I will roll. Ooh. I'll leave it, I guess. But I think I will be using my, which is it? Lucky coin?
Yeah, if Wraith thinks I should punish him, maybe I should just get a
Medallion
GM.
of Service,
What do you
maybe?
think,
That's
Wraith?
the one that does that. Yes, Medallion of Service. I'll be using my Medallion of Service.
Oh, okay.
Give me a benny.
Your free Benny when activated, doesn't it?
Yep.
Okay, you activate your Medallion of Service. But everyone else has forgotten they've got those.
That's nice.
We should all have one, just as a reminder. I am probably not going to use you again.
It would be my turn, though, right?
For heaven's sake, I've forgotten I had that.
So did I until last time.
I don't see it.
I think you had a choice. I think you had a choice. You could get something instead of the medal,
Medallion of
couldn't you?
Service or Accurate Weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took the accurate weapon. Yeah.
Okay, so I did request an interrupt. Up
Okay.
ahead.
Okay. You did request an interrupt. Okay.
So is it my turn?
Indeed.
I'm going to go there.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you get it, Benny?
Someone said a bad word.
Oh.
It was agreed that if someone says a bad word that upsets one of my audience, I should get a penny out of it.
Oh no. Wait, you're the one that suggested that.
Yes, I did. You don't get pennies all the time. I don't. I've got to come up with reasons to give myself some, haven't I?
Okay, and I believe that Sargon is not in my range here. So I'm going to sweep these three.
Yeah. Okay.
There it goes.
So I think they misspelled aggrieved there, DOS.
All three get hit with raise. You ready for damage, sir?
Oh, go for it.
Nice.
Okay, 2 wounds
hate
upon
to
the
see
rogue
it.
pentagram.
I love how he thought it was TK that was cursing in the beginning, though.
That's okay. No, it's not that. Yeah, I'm just laughing at Tavis. He suddenly, because he's jamming at the moment, he basically suddenly added a disclaimer so like we can't use it on his game on Tuesday. Okay, so that's 2 wounds, a shaken, and he's
There's
rolling
fair,
a muscle.
Tavis.
I'm going to Benny that one.
Okay. Benny, you should basically what we need to do is not Benny until the end. So that because that was 25 was actually meant for
Second one.
the second one, wasn't it? Which was only a shaken. There we go.
And I'll Benny this one too because that was unharmed.
Wasn't 19 original. For crying out loud, 19. And the last one is a
So it was
wound.
19, 25, and 14, right?
19, 25, and 14. I agree. So, yeah, because it's not doing them all on the first guy, which is fine. So, okay, so here is how it stands at the moment. 19 is 2 wounds on the rogue pentagon. 14 shakes one of the stone guardians. And 25, that's 2 wounds on the other stone guardian.
Okay, well, that's something.
Okay, so I am going to spend the last of the rogue pentagon's pennies to attempt to soak the damage you just did to him, which is successful. Okay, the Clockwork Stone Guardian is shaken. Clockwork Stone Guardian number 2 takes 2 wounds. I'm going to have to remember. Yeah, yes. Okay, that brings us to Rogue Pentagon, quadrone number 2. who is going to the Rogue Pentagram just rapid fires his bow at Worthington Pettigrew Trundle the fourth.
No.
Missing.
It's a big target. That's a hard miss.
But yeah, it's the I seem to recall the Rogue Pentagrame's very good at doing that sort of thing. So I think that what they've got frenzy and improved rapid shot. Okay, so he misses. Rogue Pentagram number 2, however, is going to do the same thing. He's going to fire at TK. I can see an 8 in there. TK is hit twice, once with a raise. That's 4 arrows fly. 4 arrows fly through the air. Actually, it's 3 arrows on the wild dice, isn't it? 2 arrows suddenly appear in the back of TK. First one doing no damage. Second one doing. Oh, the second one probably hit a vital organ, I think. 3 wounds. Yeah, okay, I think I'm in trouble there.
Soak it.
Soaked 1. I'm going to try one more.
Two wounds, I'm afraid. Obviously, that arrow, one of those arrows, really catches you. Obviously, you obviously exposed your vulnerables. Well, you did that sweep roll. 9 will mean you only take a single wound, and you're out of bennies, so that's all you're getting. But it's okie dokie. That brings us to Worthington Pettigrew Trundlefoot the fourth, who is no longer shaken.
Right. Just gonna leave Morty out there for the bit. So I am going to give everybody inspiring command. I'm going to give everybody the
Funny enough, I was just thinking I was going to award some bennies, and then someone decided to award themselves, so I don't have to now.
Where is it? Oh, it's Battle Herald 2. So all friendly units.
Get 3 bennies.
Oh, I can't target those guys. It won't matter though. They're constantly on hold.
Yeah, but they're technically not around.
Let me untarget everybody. It's going to be confusing. I need to select him anyway.
Oh, hang on. Just create a macro, so when you press it, it says it. I'll make the players happy.
1, 2,
3, 4. Yep.
4. Yep. Okay.
It's good to me.
There's that. And then I'm going to give target everybody. I'm going to use my second action to give him a +2 if somebody attacks him with fighting. So that's the northernmost one. I'm going to issue a challenge.
Okay. Issue a challenge on him. Go for it. Got him targeted, I noticed, so I don't have to worry about it. You issue a challenge on him. Yep.
Apply. Where is it?
It's applied. It's applied. Order of the Astral Dragon, +2 fighting attack +2 to fighting rolls against him.
Yep. And then finally, do I have 8 allies yet? Did I build that power? And I do not in anticipation. I do have it. Okay, good. I'm going to do a support roll.
Okay.
For Sargon.
Mm-hmm.
And his attacks.
Okay. It's only your first roll, is it? But yeah.
Come in and attack him from the. You can attack him from the flank there. Nice maneuvering. Almost got him. I don't know why I did that. Did I get a success? Hello?
+1 bonus, yes. Okay.
Let me unselect. Hang on. Let me set up Sargon with that. Get parry +1 because of my 8 allies, and then you get +1 to your trait. So, and that's it. That's all I'm doing.
Okie dokie, that brings us to the Rogue Pentadrome. So, okay. Well, I think the first thing I'm going to do is that. It's good. I'm happy with that. Okie dokie. I quite like the way it does that because it does agility checks for you, which means you don't have to make your evasion rolls. So as it stands, basically all of you evade apart from Morty, who gets hit in the face by the cone of gas, and Morty is stunned. Sort of falls over.
What made it roll evasion for us all?
Just because I rolled athletics, it automatically does an agility check because I've got the fast test extension on, so it treats athletics by agility. So it was a serendipitous result. So all I had to do then is look at what you got, and that automatically decides whether you evaded or not, doesn't it? Makes my life easy.
Right.
Actually, Cernan failed. He got a 2. So Cernan, do you wish you can spend a penny to make an evasion check if you want, or you'll be stunned by the stun gas.
Yeah, I don't want to be stunned, so let's go ahead and spend a penny.
You're fine.
There we go. Much better.
Okay, so that was its first action, and its second action, it will basically attack. Clear that. Basically attack Sargon.
No.
Okay, you did that actually hit you?
No.
No, it didn't do anything. Okay, try that again, shall we?
Currently.
So what happened with Mortimer?
Mortimer's basically collapsed on the floor, and this has gone and fallen over.
Oh no! While I was peeing, you killed Mortimer.
I didn't kill him.
No, he's stunned.
Okay, so
One step away from dead.
You're okay. Sonnen, you're okay. I don't know what's going on there, but it's not treating the arms as combat weapons. I don't know why, but that's fine. That brings on to the Clockwork Stone Defender. Okay, he unshakes.
Bummer.
Okay, so this one is on to number 1. So number 1 is basically just going to run it again. What he did? Yep. Okay, he is just going to basically He's going to shield. Basically, this one moves in on UTK and shield bashes you. Missing.
Good.
Clockwork Stone Defender 2 remains shaken. I'm going to spend a penny to unshake.
Wait a sec. Before you do that, you got to roll his other dice to see if he critically failed.
Make any real difference. I'm going to smack Cernan. Sorry, Sargon, I mean. Yes. Okay, now it's Cernan.
Does he have reach?
Yes.
Okay.
Most certainly does. He's large, therefore he has reach 1. Not large.
Okay.
Well, not large, you know what I mean. He's got the reach because of those big shields.
Well, if he critically failed, he wouldn't have been able to spend a penny, right?
Point taken. I apologise. You are correct.
Why would he roll a second one if he doesn't have a wild die?
For NPCs, you can determine if an NPC critically fails by rolling again, and if they roll a second one, it counts as a critical failure.
Got it.
Yep.
I didn't know about that. I understand now, but I didn't realize.
Optional light roll. Doesn't happen too often. I usually only roll it if they get
1.
Well, I was gonna say if they're making an attack roll, that
Right.
they're trying to do something important that doing a critical failure would be really bad for them.
Yeah.
Right.
And but the logic actually is, and in hindsight, thinking about it, is given that their whole purpose is to get in the way and defend and block attacks, therefore it would be of critical importance if they don't recover from being shaken. I think, narratively speaking, do you know what I mean? Because obviously their clockwork, maybe something's gone wrong with the clockwork or something. But anyway, Cernan looks like he's positioning area of effect cones, which would be interesting.
Would that get all 4 of the bad guys?
It will get 4 of the 5 bad guys, yes.
Okay. So Cernan will step back here behind Morty, kind of lean over his haunch since he's laying down here, and spend all 15 of his power points.
Oh my god.
As a brace, yeah. I'm going to spend all 15 of my power points to throw a big nasty spell.
Okay. It should be pointed out that Morty is still breathing, so obviously if you critically fail, it's obviously Morty's breathing puts you off at the wrong moment.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Oh, I should have targeted them.
I think that is a
not a
successful
critical fail.
casting.
Oh my goodness.
Hold up. Let me, I forgot to target them, didn't I, before you rolled? That's my fault. Faith Burst. So that's hit with a raise. Hit with a raise, I imagine. I know it is, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
yeah, there you are. You've now hit them all with raises.
Okay. It is, let me make sure I give you all the details here. It is a heavy weapon AP6 with hinder and lingering damage.
What's the heavy weapon for?
Because these guys have got big, nasty shields, and I don't know if it's...
It's just in
I
case
wasn't
they've
here
got
when you
heavy
guys
armor.
fought them before, so
Okay.
I just want to make sure that everybody gets chunkified, and obviously selective.
Certainly. What I would be inclined
As
to do
he
is before you roll, I'd be inclined to. I'm just creating. Whoops! I was just creating a sub attack with AP6 on it on your character sheet, but I forgot to name it.
Ah, okay, yep.
Because AP6 is the pain in the ass to do on the fly, if that makes sense.
It is, yes.
Yeah. You've now got a burst AP6 sub attack on your character sheet, so you can use that to do your AP6.
So,
It makes my life easier, so then I don't have to sit there and calculate it. Okay, Road Quagrone 1 takes 4 wounds. Rogue Pontigrone is shaken. Clockwork Stone Defender 1 is shaken. And Clockwork Stone Defended 2 takes 2 wounds. So let's see what the net results are. So Rogue
I'm going to re-roll against the Pentadrone and the Shaken Clockwork.
Okie doke. Okay, see, let me just apply the others then. There you go.
Sure. Nope, you're fine. You're fine.
So 2 go down. Now you should be able to do Benny re-roll damages. Off you go. But just roll. You don't need to bet. You know what I mean.
Oops, it did the attack. Of course it did the attack.
He's like a brown splorch now, isn't he?
He is a brown splorch. It's the mud effect.
Wow. Oops, forgot to do the race on that one.
Wow, mudda was a mudda.
How ironic, we both got a 2.
Okay, so shaken or shaken. Oh, I need to spend another Benny. You know what? I've got plenty. I think I'm going to go ahead and do both of those again. So there's the Bennies. There's the rays. There's the dice. Oh, that's better. And then there's the rays, and there's the dice. Okay, that'll work.
Cancelling that one and applying a wound to that. I'm cancelling that one. Rogue Pentadromes. I'm going to have to spend a Benny to try and soak those 3 wounds. And critically fail. The Rogue Pentadrome. The Rogue Pentadrome takes 4 is now on 4 wounds and is looking very worse for wear. Who's on hold? Oh, normal NPCs.
Cameras are Trist.
Yeah, I forgot. That's okay. I was just making sure it wasn't any of the players. Oh, Sargon gets a Joker.
Again?
There you go, Sargon. Mess him up.
All right. I will kick off Warrior's Gift and buy up to Improved Frenzy. I'll be taking 2 actions this round as I leave after images.
I'll be taking these huggies. And what
I'm attacking and swingy first. And swingy second. All right. So damage.
So that's 4 hits with raises. My money is he's not surviving this. 2 wounds.
Yeah.
Want to keep going, or he's dead, or are you happy to stop there?
Oh, I'm just gonna. At this point, I'm gonna keep going.
Go for it.
I just need to do one other thing, just in case he tries to soak.
So 2 wounds, 2 wounds, and then another 2 wounds.
Yeah, this was full focus. I'm just like
then 3 wounds.
Doing this fast. You're concentrating on one thing.
Okay, so so you've done from a soaking perspective, I need to roll an 8, an 8, a 12, and a 12 to stop him dying.
And you're distracted.
And he's distracted on a D6 with a -3 modifier. He's dead.
If he's out of bennies for himself, yeah.
Yes,
wait a second. Do the rolls apply in order, or?
Hey.
So, like, the first roll, would it have the -3 at that point?
Well, he's already on. It was already on 4 wounds before he took any of that damage.
Oh, okay.
Hence the -3.
And my stunning fist makes him distracted when I hit with a raise, So he was distracted from the very first hit.
Yeah.
No,
Distraction
I'm not
doesn't
asking about
affect
that.
soaking, though.
I'm asking about the wounds.
Yeah. No, he was on 4 wounds, and then he took 2, and then he took another 2 for 10 wounds, technically.
Yeah, I'm not moving.
Gotcha.
Nope, not moving. Decided
You're not moving.
Okay. His focus was entirely on getting that thing.
Punching the poo out of the pentadrome.
No, he got cut to shreds. Cut to shreds, remember.
Indeed.
Whole knife.
Okay, the Clockwork Stone Guardian has Unshaken. He's going to move to here.
Have I mentioned how much I dislike those things?
Obviously going to make.
Oh, wait, did he move into range with me?
He didn't actually need to move in technically. If I move it back there, he's in range. It was more a graphical thing. He was technically already. He was already within your reach, and he's already within you. You know what I'm trying to reach. So technically, he didn't need. Yeah, he doesn't qualify for first strike, unfortunately, from your point of view, but he does hit you. Shaking you. Wow. Wellington Pettigrew Trundlefoot the Fourth.
Does shake stop you?
From here, you can see the stunned Mortimer lying on the ground. Shaken doesn't stop any powers now.
Yep.
Not like the old days.
I'm going to go to here.
Okay, it's only stunned.
Whack it with my sword.
Well, with that many pennies, I might as well.
Did I not target him? I didn't target him.
Okay.
Sorry. Let me try again.
What's unarmed defender? What's unarmed defender? Bonus.
Plus
when you don't have a weapon.
That's
yeah,
I put it. I can't remember what it actually gives you. I put it on him now because obviously he's only armed with a bow. I don't believe I gave him trademark weapon, therefore he can't use it to parry. So
unarmed defender, if he has a weapon, he's not unarmed.
But the melee weapon adds +2 if his foe has no weapon or shield.
That's what I thought it was.
Right.
That's what I thought. So
it's like that's why like all the characters that I started with in Athos had it, because they were like falling off the frigate and like in their breechcloth with nothing, right? So that's why they.
I just couldn't remember what the bonus was because I wanted to manually put it in because a short bow, unless you've got trademark weapon, you can't defend from a melee attack with it. So you hit him. You wound him. She incapacitates him, so down he goes. The quadroon is down. Just leaves one defender. Okay. Make it 1 inch of movement today if you want to keep moving, Worthington.
No, I'm good.
Morty remains stunned. 7.
Okay, looks like there's still one guy in there. So Cernan will go ahead and step forward. He is too far away if I just step. So as much as I don't think I want to, I am going to go ahead and run forward so that I can poke him with my stick.
You want to poke him with your stick. Okay. He's rather big and imposing.
Yeah, that's why I'm back here instead of up there.
Fair enough. Even in his vulnerable state, he uses his shield to block you.
But it did not give me the gang up.
+1, +2, which makes it a 7. Yes, it did. Oh no, that was the vulnerable. So you do hit. Because you're not. That's the gang up doesn't calculate with breach weapons annoyingly, does it?
Yeah. And
There
so
was
we're
some
gonna
talk
go-
about making everything reach 0 by default. Is that something that they're going to do or not?
I think it's been changed because everything that used to have reach 1 doesn't have a reach anymore. Technically speaking, I think it is now there, but I'll have to look into it another day. I've been playing. Sometimes I think it's reach 0 and sometimes it isn't. I'm not sure which.
I mean, there's no more reach weapons? That seems weird.
No. Fantasy. Basically, you always had this strange thing because Fantasy Grounds had a thing called reach 1, which was in Savage Worlds was reach 0. I think there's been
it's like
a coding change. Yeah.
Yeah. So like by default, like you could attack from 3 feet away, whereas like you really needed to be adjacent to attack. Right, in melee.
If you notice now, everything that used to have reach 1 in Fantasy Grounds Unity doesn't have reach 1 anymore. The reach is now blank. So I think it's been changed. I think reach now works for Savage Worlds like it does in Savage Worlds. So if you don't have a reach value in there at all, they don't. They got a reach 1 weapon. You give them reach 1. Is how I think it works now.
But the shadow thing still is like way big.
I haven't sat there and worked it out yet. Is the honest answer. I haven't done a proper test.
No worries. I'm just looking for something to hit. I guess.
Well, there's that thing there.
Yeah, I guess just the clockwork is the only guy, huh?
It is indeed.
Okay. Well, I'm at 2, so I guess I could go away and then run and pounce so that I'm not because I'm not engaged with him.
Technically he has swung at you, but that's a bit beardy, that one. He would get a free attack on you.
Okay, then I won't do it.
Because he had engaged you, if you remember. He did swing at you.
Yeah, no, and I hit him, but I thought he moved away.
So. No, he didn't. That was my mistake. I moved him, but that was more me just
moving him.
Moving him, DMing. Not DMing, yeah.
Got it.
It was adjusting token levels. Right, hit him. He's the last one standing. Put him down. You use it, those big shields just block every attack, don't they? Mind you, not are you? Okay. Yeah, you hit him.
I hit with 1, right?
Yep. I am going to have a look at the ranges because I don't know what's going on anymore. Also, I'm using hexes, and I think that's a bad idea. It looks nicer, but I think it doesn't work. I think Fantasy Grounds gets a bit funky over hexes. Getting up bonuses. Like rolling 1s in damage, don't you?
I'm blowing my bennies. Fuck it. All right.
I heard that. I'm giving myself a benny.
Oh, did I say so? I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm only joking. There's no one here to offend, so I don't get to claim it unless Rave's around, unfortunately. And Rave stormed off after someone else said it earlier, so I'm stuffed.
That was Cernan talking about the.
I know. Okay,
I got blamed for it in chat. But...
Wait, what? Cernan did what?
It wasn't Cernan. It was Worthington.
Oh, it was Worthington. My bad. Yeah,
the blame game is everywhere here. I think everyone deserves a Benny, myself included, after that blame gaming.
All right. So is Sargon?
Sargon is a light with energy and leaving after images. He currently looks like he is wielding about 3 swords and 4 versions of himself.
You've got a challenge next to your name. Does that mean you're stunned?
I shouldn't be stunned.
He's shaken.
Okay. I think I can remove shaken. Or you got a +1 to remove shaken. So just remember that when you roll.
Okay.
Because you're within my command radius.
Yeah,
right.
That's what I'm going to take.
The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to issue a challenge at him.
Okay. It's an action, a limited action, isn't it? A limited free action. It's a limited action.
Let me go to my powers again. That's my Cavalier challenge. All right. Second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to. Who wants the plus to attack? Is that you, Sargon, or do you want it to click chick?
Sorry, what?
Who wants a plus to attack?
Sure.
All right.
I'm next anyway, so yeah, might as well. I'll cut this thing down.
So come around and flank him. Boo.
That's a 6, not an 8. Don't forget, because of multi-action.
So that gets me a raise, right? On my support roll.
No, because it's your second action, so it's only a 6. Don't forget.
Background plus combat. Here we go.
Oh. Hang on. Yeah, no. Whenever the Order of Dragon Cavalier supports an ally, the ally also receives support bonus due to. Okay, no, it's not a raise. It's just a success, because don't forget, in issuing a challenge is an action. Therefore, you need an 8. Yeah. Still getting him a +1. Okay, that did it. No, I'm not sure why it's going multi action for a 9. Oh no, it's in 7 9s to the. You still haven't got the. You need a 10. I can't do my sums in my head today.
Excuse me.
One more try. Nope. Okay. So I'll
+1 parry,
give him the +1.
Yep. +1 on your next straight roll and +1 parry.
Yep. Let me see. Let's go to under powers. I'm using the 8 allies.
Sometimes I think I'm getting more and more inclined to turning off the smart test extension. It causes more problems than it solves half the time, I find, at higher levels. So
I did too.
I reckon I'll just go down to here. I think my move is 4 total.
See if Morty recovers from stun. Move another inch. Let's see if Morty recovers from being stunned.
I'll wave. I'll wait. Before I do that, I'll wave another. I'll use my banner as another action, and he will auto recover from stun. I think that's what that power does. I got too much shit that I can go on. No, that's distracted and vulnerable. Let me see. Battle Herald 1. Nope. Command. Is it command? Yeah. Add +1 to their spirit or vigor rolls when attempting to recover from being shaken or stunned, respectively. So he gets a +1.
Yes, +1, which we can retroactively. That's okay. That's a 3. Get the 4, so that's fine. Sargon recovers from being shaken.
Okay. This thing is next.
Did we ever work out how to do auras?
Yeah, play 5e and pay for the extension.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't work on
Apparently not.
Pathfinder. Savage Worlds Pathfinder.
Savage World.
All right.
Out where the shadings.
I'll worry about that later. All right. I'll get up close to him, but I'll overshoot and bounce back at him off the wall. And as I'm doing that, I'm going to give myself is that in here or not? Yes, it is. Let's see how this works. Is trying to fight alongside, gang up by +1. For that, maximum gang up is +4. So I am temporarily giving myself formation fighter. Fighter.
Gives you damage +1.
And
1 gang up bonus, haven't you?
Am I attacking him? No. I'm targeting him now. There we go. He is targeted. Whirlwind of Blades. And then, and multi-actioning because I am got quickness and improved frenzy. How'd I do? That's a hit. That's a hit. That's a hit. That's a hit. Now let's see how well we do with damage. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, the 4th one's a wound, so I assume you're happy with that, so I'll apply
it. Yeah, I will try re-rolling one of them, I think. Ooh, there we go. That might be worth it.
Yeah, that will do it. So two don't do it, and that one puts it down. Congratulations, Smack. Okay, well, all is quiet. Tamer. Okay, so let me see now. 40 is no longer stunned. Basically, yeah.
Sargon is probably going to be just standing there twitching and working on breathing calmly to come down off the high.
Probably a good idea.
I'll need to add that one.
Okay, Tamer, thank you for revenging the death of his friends and his master, the owner of this vessel. He explains that something happened many years ago that
We thinking that this is it? Are there not more creatures here? Have we explored everything?
No. That's it. You've explored the whole. It's only a small ship, and as I say, yeah, he thanks you and says that he will. He has no means to reward you or anything like that, but he requests that you allow him to take the ship with him and perform funeral rites. But he does, however, offer you all a blessing, which means I shall give you all of as a way of thank you. And,
nice.
So he basically sits himself down in the chair and sort of sighs heavily, but the rest that you are of course able to head back to your own ship. I will turn off line of sight.
Is he going to be able to pilot this one?
Yeah, he says he will. He says, yeah, basically, yeah. Says he will deal. He will deal with the ship appropriately and that of the bodies. Thanks you again. Obviously, all you need to do is head back to the docking bay. You can all pile into the rowboats you left behind and head back to the still as unnamed ship. You might have to do in chat, David.
Liberty.
So this guy was floating around for 5 years with these book columns, and that's it?
No, he was chained to the wall. He was chained to the wall for 50 years.
What did they feed him?
There is a magic. Unfortunately, there is a magical sustenance. Unfortunately for him, that is. There's a magical sustenance as part of the blessings upon the ship. Therefore, while you're aboard the ship, you feel no need for food or water, which therefore meant he couldn't die, even though he's been just left in there for decades. It's slightly crazy. You get the distinct impression. You also, sorry, can I have a what you got? Yeah, let's have a boating check from you, Cernan.
Okay.
I'll give you this. I'll give you. I was going to say I'm going to give you a. You basically on that. Basically, you realise that he's sitting there, slightly twitching and quivering. And as you notice on the sort of the sphere there, he's obviously. You can see he's already sort of plotting a route. It appears he's decided that the best way to, inter the bodies of his friends and his former master is cremation. You get the distinct impression he's plotting a route towards the sun. This ship also is a bigger. This ship also has a bigger mass than your Shrike. Therefore, he can get up to spelljamming speeds quicker than you're what I'm trying to say. Your Shrike, he can pull away from your Shrike. So you decide that now's probably a good time to leave.
Yeah. Guys, I think now may be the best time to go ahead and leave before we leave our ship behind. Trust me, we need to go quickie.
Does anyone objects? I shall assume you head back to your own ship.
And then Cernan kind of takes off the jog. He's not running, but he's not walking either.
Indeed. No problem at all. So I shall put you all back on that one, and indeed, within a few, by the time you get back to your ship, the ship you never found out its name of is already starting to accelerate up to spelljamming speeds. On a course that seems to be taking it towards the sun. So, but you've saved the day. That's the main thing. So I need to clear out all your effects, and you can be on your merry way. You basically getting yourself sorted back on the ship, patched, cleaned up, and everything doesn't take too long. Obviously. TK, you'll have time to heal. Basically, head out of the system and into the astral sea. It's a couple of weeks travel to Winterspace system. Yeah. Join the crew, or we join. We come back to you as you find yourself heading into leaving the astral sea, entering the wild space, entering back into the wild space of what is known as the Winterspace system. I do have a map of the Winterspace system for you. You also had a star map. You found a star map of this a while back, I seem to recall. That ship you boarded. Yeah. It appears that you're needing to head to the moon orbiting the gas giant, or waste, I should say. It's an Earth body, actually. It's a windswept plains covered Earth body. It's orbited by a single forested moon, 100 miles in diameter, called Fenedoor, which apparently is classified as a live world. That's where you're headed.
Okay, that's where we go.
And I do believe... So I'm going to say while you were heading there, you had a chance to... While you're heading there, you have a chance to read the dossier you were given about the mission, which I will now share with you. I'll remember how to do the sharing. Aha! There you go. So the Goblin's dossier gives you a lot to consider. Stumped on the cover in common is burn after reading, Operation Business Time. Goes on to inform you that the elves keep most of their fleet in Winterspace and positioned in a defensive spiral around a space station orbiting Fenedoor. We have a third of its ships ranging the system on patrol at any given time. The ground team will need to land on Fenedoor without being watched by the elves, or it will never get close enough to the bunker to shut down the space station's shields. Your mission is to infiltrate, observe, and then, when ready to strike, use the sending stones to cue a fleet that will attack the space station. Of course, you've got to succeed in bringing the tower down, or everyone dies. With Winterspace being the trade hub it is, the elves are building a super weapon in plain sight, and the Coalition fleet has a strong advantage to apply in the system. So the Coalition fleet will enter Winterspace disguised as independent merchant vessels, delivering legitimate cargoes with manifests to Redol, Weist, and Dawar, which is the home of the Dawar race. The rare handful of deliveries of requests with the government of Redol has worked in the fleet's favour. Your arrival in Fenedoor and the first few days of manoeuvring into position will give the fleet time to converge on Weist and ready their ships for a battle behind the harps in Remerg and Spelljammer docks. So there you go, you see. The alibi supplied to you is that you should your ship be spotted and held by the elves, the gnomes of Kryn maintain a facility called the Reserve on the other side of the small moon, famous among spacers for its outstanding giant space hamster specimens. You have been furnished with forged paperwork denoting your role as Colony Corp purchasers looking to negotiate a contract with the gnomes for regular shipments of hamsters. Interesting typo there. I'm not sure what that inserted is anyway. Inserted, I suppose. Well, anyway, you're basically
Is that a Richard Gere reference?
Yeah. Possibly. No. Anyway, Shell's incentive to push the corporation's mission to floundering Happy Dome product line. If stopped in the approach, this should satisfy the elves' security concerns as long as you're not spotted around their base of operations. That's your briefing. Basically, there is a coalition fleet converging on the system. However, they cannot attack the space station until the ground team, which is yourselves, can just take down the shields protecting the space station. Why does this seem so familiar? Don't know why. Anyway, there you go. That's your briefing. So, you're on the outskirts of the system. What Winterspace system? What's your plan?
Well, it sounds like we got a way to get up there, don't we?
Do just curious on if you're going to take any. You want to do anything extra special or anything else? But it's up to you. Reminds me, actually. That's the next question. I should put them in the party sheet. Forged Megacorp license is in the party sheet, so someone needs to make sure they've got hold of that. Okay, so you just got to approach Fenedoor.
Yeah, let's just start heading in.
Wait, Howdy says, flow those bennies, so I shall. Okay, as you're approaching the, as you get closer to Weist and so that's interesting. You can click the. Ooh. Oh, aren't you lucky? Okay. You basically are able to get into orbit of Fenedoor. Anyone noticing you? See, it's sort of mostly green with some mountainous areas. The small remote moon of Fenedoor is covered in dense woodlands, tall mountains, grasslands, freshwater lakes, and marshland. Apparently, also there's an expansive underdark cave system. Only 20% of the moon's surface is covered in water. The rest of it is blanketed in plant life.
And you're worried about music being copyright infringement.
I didn't write this. I didn't write this adventure. I bought this on DM's Guild and then converted it. Yep. 5th edition adventure on DM's. It's a 5th edition adventure on DM's Guild that I bought and converted. Okay. So where do you want to land? Obviously, your paperwork says you can land on the reserve, but that's on the other side of the planet. It's only 50 miles around the miles from that side of the planet to the other side of the planet. Base, rather.
Other side of the planet or other side of the moon?
Other side of the moon. It's only 100. It's got 100-mile diameter, isn't it? So from one side round to the other side will take you a bit longer because it's a circle, but who cares? You know what I mean? All I'm trying to say is, are you heading to the reserve, or would you do? Well, given that your paperwork's going to say that anyway, you sort of have to head down that way. So as you're flying lower and lower, you can see that the main buildings that form the centre of the reserve are two massive habidomes. Both of the habidomes seem to be made of 2-foot thick glass steel. The domes. So yeah, the larger of the two domes is about 3,000 feet across. You can see contains a number of buildings. The smaller dome, about 1,800 feet across, appears to have like breeding areas and stuff like that. For miles around the reserve, you can see a massive reinforced fence, and inside that you can see hordes of giant space hamsters roaming the grasslands.
Arrange some relaxation time for Mortimer?
Yeah. Mortimer can get some frolicking and canoodling in.
As you head down to the landing dock for the reserve, you can see 3 side wheelers, which is basically like huge gnomish ships, over designed with huge wooden wheels on the side that power them, and a damselfly ship. As you land on the deck, you can already see a contingent of Krinish gnomes, or tinker gnomes as some call them, wandering forwards, excitedly heading towards you. Welcome to the reserve. Are you here to buy giant space hamsters? I see you have one already. It's one of the standards. But yes, I can tell you that here at the reserve we offer miniature giant space hamsters at 20 gold pieces each, jungle giant space hamsters at 150 gold, abominable giant space hamsters at 250 gold, subterranean giant space hamsters at 400 gold, saber-tooth giant space hamsters at 400 gold, armor-plated giant space hamsters at 400 gold, and we've got a new line of ethereal space hamsters at 400 gold as well. Interesting ones they are. Semi-transparent variants. Your skeleton's always visible, but a favourite of the plasmoids, don't you know? So how can I interest you and help you at all?
Mortimer
Wouldn't
is
that
like,
just be like regular-sized hamsters and moles?
Sorry?
Mortimer is a little bit stunned. I'm gonna have him make a spirit roll.
They also do have. Oh yes, we do also sell standard giant space hamsters. They're 75 gold.
Yeah, he seems to be hanging on barely, but he is like reeling. His jaws wide open.
Guys, wouldn't 2 of those just be regular-sized hamsters and moles?
No. Miniature giant space hamsters, jungle giant space hamsters, abominable giant space hamsters, subterranean giant space hamsters, saber-toothed giant space hamsters, armor-plated giant space hamsters, and ethereal giant space hamsters. That's our current breeding stock. We are attempting additional ones, but we haven't got any far with those yet. There's some certain problems with some of them. My God, 162 frame drops. Anyway. You just be regular hamsters and moles.
Do you carry equipment for giant space hamsters?
Birding?
No, we just sell them. The miniature giant space hamsters are not just normal hamsters. They are giant space hamsters that we have bred consecutively to make them down to the same size as normal sized hamsters, but they're not giant space hamsters. So that's the difference, you see. Miniature giant space hamsters are quite sought after, even though they're only worth 20 gold pieces each. But anyway, as I say, I really feel that. Well, I'm hoping that we can make a deal today, and please tell me how we can service your giant space hamster needs. And I'm afraid we only deal in space hamsters, not equipment for space hamsters. No.
And you, I do not wish to separate from my trusty steed, but can you
stud him out?
Can you enhance him in some way?
Stud him out. Let Morty have some fun. Stud him out.
Alas, we could try. However, there is a 98% chance of explosive death.
I step between him and
What?
Mortimer.
Well, we find that trying to alter a species after it's been born tends to have a sort of catastrophic and explosive consequences.
Oh, that's not what he was asking.
He was saying, can he modify Morty, which I said there's 90% chance. Yeah. And in answer to your earlier question, he obviously explained the miniature giant space hamsters aren't just regular hamsters, and well, if you really, if you can find a mole that can burrow at 30 feet a second, 5 feet a second, and create a 5-foot wide tunnel, by all means, show me.
Hamster of good breeding stock.
No, I'm afraid we can't use any. Unfortunately, for purity purposes, everything, we can't take a space hamster that hasn't been bred in our fields. It would affect the thing. However, there is, if you wish to provide a grading area for your hamster, we can provide that at a small, reasonable charge. After all.
Yeah. How much?
Oh, well, I say the feed and care and full, deep, luxurious refluffing, and we could say 10 gold pieces for the week.
Wonderful. Let's do that. All right. I give him 10 gold pieces.
You're going to leave Mortimer here, are you?
Are we not here for the week?
Well, you are. Well, you might be, but whether you're going to stay on, logically, you need to be on the other side of the planet. That's why I'm asking.
Oh. How about a day's worth?
A day's worth. Hey, well, we could do a day's worth for 2 gold pieces. Yeah, we'll give him the deluxe hamster wash.
I'll turn to the group. How long will we be here? Do we know?
Probably a day, at least a day.
All right, fair enough.
Sending stone. We'll also assume one of you's got a sending stone to contact the fleet when you disable the shields. Okay. Well, you spend obviously. You can leave. Basically, you'll need to. If you're going to have to make some sort of chat. You're going to have some sort of agreement with the gnomes about why you're here and all that. Because after all, I mean, there's nothing to stop you taking off and flying the ship suborbital and just hoping it's not spotted from above.
Is there anything? I got this was mostly forced. Is there anything besides giant space hamsters here?
Oh, you mean the local flora and fauna outside the reserve? Oh, yes. Well, it's fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating. The dominant life form on the planet, you could say, really, are the mighty Fenedoor redwood trees. Magnificent trees, to be said. We reckon they live to be at least 2,000 years old and grow up to 300 meters tall. Spruce, hemlock, fir-berry bushes and sword ferns create a lush, multiple canopied understory beneath those. The forests, hills and rivers support a rich mosaic of life, including elk, triceratops, giant bats, seasonal wildflowers, lupins, rhododendrons and glow mosses, and of course the Fenedoor dragons.
Real dragons or just called dragons?
That sounds like TK's kind of place.
I was mostly interested in
the Fenedoor dragons. They're not dragons in the strictest sense. They don't fly. They tend to move around at high speed on their hind legs, and their forearms seem to be very, very small. They have very large teeth, though. They do seem to like hunting the triceratops.
How much to rent giant space hamsters?
Renting is not really something there, but we could sell you a giant space hamster at 75 gold pieces.
Well,
we can always buy it back off you afterwards, obviously.
How much was the giant mole one?
You want a subterranean giant space hamster?
Yeah, one of the giant moles.
Where's the reserve? Okay, so you've got your standard giant space hamsters at 75 gold a piece. They do provide riding equipment, not armor or anything like that. Jungle giant space hamsters are 150 gold. They're basically giant space hamsters that can climb. Abominable giant space hamsters are 250 gold. They're giant space hamsters they've adapted to cold, very popular on cold. Subterranean giant space hamsters are 400 gold. 30 feet burrow speed, to be 6-inch burrow speed. Dark vision and claw attack. Then you've got your saber-toothed giant space hamster, which has a very impressive set of jaws on it that does incredible bright damage. And then you've got your armor-plated giant space hamsters, where they basically bred them with heavier, thicker fur and musculature to give them the equivalent of a natural +2 armor. And then, as I say, you've got the Imperial giant space hamsters, which really are a bit disconcerting unless you're a plasmoid. So you can basically see the skeletons.
Sorry. Regulars were 75, jungles were 150. Something was 225.
220, 250. Hang on. Let me clean it up. So miniatures 20, regular 75, jungle 150, abominable 250, subterranean 400, saber tooth 400, armor plated 400, and ethereal 400.
Okay. Set for 4 o'clock.
Let's go talk over here. All right, so we need to sneak into a base somewhere else on the planet, right?
Yep.
So maybe take one of those subterranean ones to burrow us past their walls. As a thought, we could rent a couple of different ones and go on a hunting trip. I'm looking at the other player. I'm looking at the other players, like suggesting, like, you know, say we've come to arrange some, maybe picking up some of the redwood, but as a cargo load, or no, we're supposed to be here for space hamsters, right?
Well, the cover was to get you in. There was an 80% chance you'd get. Obviously, this is a bit of metagaming. There was an 80% chance you'd be boarded by the Imperial elves when you flew into the system, and you managed to basically not get stopped. So the cover, from a cover perspective, you're okay you're okay. You're on the planet. You leave the planet. That's when it will get. Basically, you've got to complete the mission before you leave the planet, because your cover was to come here to make a deal. So if you're leaving the planet, you could leave the planet without the hamsters, but you wouldn't be allowed back onto the planet because the paperwork's good for one time. So that's the issue.
That's fine. We'll give our guys, we'll give our crew a payday. Say, you know, we're taking vacation. Everybody gets, you know, like a week or 2 weeks of leave. We say we're going on a hunting trip. Rent some of the hamsters, buy some of the hamsters or whatever to act as mounts. Say we're going to go hunt some of these dragons and other stuff, but then we head for the base and then use a subterranean, one of the giant moles, to burrow us underneath the walls and get us inside.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Okay.
What's the jungle moles? I mean, the jungle hamsters.
Jungle. They've been trained. They basically are. They have basically they're giant space hamsters that can climb at 6 inches.
Okay, and most of the planet is jungle.
Most of the planet is trees. Yes.
Okay, so I mean, I'm just thinking, like, if we use the subterranean ones, we can get in undetected very easily. I don't know what I mean, I'm waiting for other people to offer IDs or thoughts on it, but I'm thinking that will give us a nice chance to sneak in and explain why you might have wandered so far abroad.
Okay, so it really comes down to is what giant space hamsters do each of you want to buy? You got your standard giant space hamster.
Well, we need at least, if we're going with the digging, if we're going with the tumbling in idea, that means we need one subterranean one giant mole, and then I don't know about the rest of it. I mean,
At the end of the day, it really comes down to if anyone wants an armor-plated or saber-toothed hamster over the standard hamster. That's really what it comes down to. Other than as you say, the tunneling hamster.
Certainly likes the idea of a
Do you
saber-toothed
want to
hamster.
trade Morty in?
No, I would not do that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as loyal as he is, I wouldn't see him trading in. That's why I was asking about like if they had barding or anything like that.
No, but you probably could get barding mission for Morty. That would probably slow him down slightly, but we provide him with natural armor. I will allow that to. You can commission that on. You could certainly get someone on the Rock of Brow to do that for you.
I got a lot of thoughts about when we get back to the Rock of Brawl, but it's not going to happen anytime soon.
I'll tell them, think about it, see if you come up with a better idea. I'm going to go do some do some information gathering, I guess.
Certain wants a saber-toothed giant space hamster. Okay. You wish to purchase one, they will sell you one for 400 gold pieces. Plenty of.
All right, abominable or what? Space one?
Okay, so 400, does that include all the barding and everything?
That will give you, 400 will get you the hamster with the equipment to ride it, yes. I'll be generous.
Okay.
You are now the proud owner of a saber-toothed giant space hamster. Sargon, you want abominable ones only you've only got resistance cold. So they've been adapted to cold climates. Not really much use on this planet, truth be told. This is rather a pleasant.
Sorry, I was thinking Elder Things abominations, not Yeti abomination.
Yeti abomination, though. Yeah, it's basically cold adaptation. That's all. They're not dire giant space hamsters or anything like that.
That'd be the saber ones.
Yeah. So, which giant space hamster Sargon going for?
Well, obviously, I'll take the subterranean, the giant mole.
The subterranean giant space hamster, which is the one it looks like I forgot to actually. Looks like I forgot to actually create that one.
Isn't that a Bob Dylan song? Subterranean Giant Hamster Blues.
Who's homesick?
Yeah.
I'll just have to make it up because I've got to do it. I managed to forget to create the subterranean one. Crazy.
And we should probably, jungle ones might make it easier to get around for picking up others. And if I was more ruthless, I'd say the armor-plated ones would make great moving walls.
Right.
Yeah, but no, there will be no discussion of using hamsters as mobile shields.
That brings us to TK.
Barriers, not shield, barriers.
I just love how we're going to play this one. The whole party's going to be riding into the sunset on giant space hamsters.
Yep. You need to cue up your spaghetti western music.
I will have to for next time. TK, what space hamster are you going for?
I'm gonna go for one, but okay. I mean, do we all have to get one?
You don't have to. It's just everyone out there. If they're taking
improve our speed for getting across the planet.
They are fine steeds. None as fine as Morty, of course, but they are wonderful steeds.
You do not have to buy a giant space hamster. It's just you basically got to travel half the circumference of the planet to get to the Elven base. So therefore, you can walk it if you want. But obviously, if you want, this is your opportunity to experience the ownership of a giant space hamster. But you can walk by all means if you feel more comfortable. That's all. There's no requirement to purchase a giant space hamster, and you can sell them back to the gnomes at the end of the adventure.
And what did you buy again?
Fun.
Someone else bought a hamster. I was just trying to remember. I was asking which type.
Serden's got a
Buy or
saber
rent
tooth. Sargon's bought a subterranean so far.
All right, so 1 dire, 1 mole.
Well, I mean, so
Get standard if you want. 75 gold.
well, my concern was just like canon wise, right? Like the Thrycreen don't really ride on things, but yeah, if you're gonna have us ride, I'll buy one. What the hell?
No, it's up to you. If you don't have to, and that's why I was asking. Because the same reason I thought is if you don't, as a rule, ride, you might not feel comfortable. Don't forget, in a combat situation, a lack of riding skill means you'll be using unskilled to maneuver on the giant space hamster, so you might be happier on foot.
I just meant for
If you're a little
like,
unsteady on your feet, I'll
crossing
be
the
happy
planet
to.
faster than walking.
I'll be happy to give you some pointers.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing that. There's nothing to stop you just riding one normally, do you know what I mean? But if you're in a combat situation, that's where you would need the riding skill. So obviously that's all I'm pointing out.
Yeah.
I could dismount.
Exactly.
Sure. Or I could dismount. Yeah, sure. All right. When in Rome, I guess. I will pick one up here.
Do you want to? You've got a choice. You can go for a nice standard at 75 gold, or you can get one of the more exotic ones if you want.
Pick up a bunch of minis for snacks.
Do not say that about Boo.
Well, I mean, they do
Boo.
look juicy, so I mean, like, I will probably eat this thing when I'm done, but in character, obviously.
So you got to, well, basically, if you're trying to sort of, if you're trying to
if I could pick
provide
up
plenty
a
of
herd
options
of them for snacks, but that would be kind of horrifying to the group. I think that probably the best thing to do would just to be, what was the saber-tooth one? How much is that?
400 gold. 400 gold for a saber tooth one. 150 for
right,
a climbing one, or 75 for a standard.
I'll just pick up the saber-tooth.
So 1 mole and 2 dires.
Okay. You are now the proud owner of a saber-tooth giant space hamster.
4525.
And that's, I strike me as a good side to leave it. As you say, you give the crew the time off, and basically you will obviously we'll negotiate. The gnomes will basically basically the gnomish crew will basically, for a couple of 100 gold, we'll sort that out later. We'll sort of give your ship some TLC while you're out on your safari. Obviously, you've probably told the gnomes that you need to take these ones out to test them before you do the bigger deal. And so as we leave,
the quality of the stock.
Indeed, ensure the quality of the stock. So
it's just some general background stuff.
Yes,
we'll need to. We'll make sure to arrange like a guide and supplies. I get everyone a pith helmet, stuff like that. Just make it, in case there's any elven spies in there, yeah, make it look like we're really going on a hunting trip, essentially.
The gnomes, the gnomes don't actually have any scouts or anything like that, but they can provide you everything else. Though
it's a big city, though, right? I mean,
no, it's not a city at all. There are no cities or anything on this planet. All you know is you've got the reserve on one side of the planet, you've got the Imperial base on the other side of the planet, and that's it. It's that what you've come down in is what is basically known as the reserve. It's not a city as such. It's just where all the gnomes that live on the planet, they're colonists. All they do is they live here and breed giant space hamsters. That's all it is. But they've got provisions and equipment, and they get supplies, so they can provide you all the hunting equipment, because it is quite reasonable for other people who've done the same thing you have. So that's okay. You don't need you don't need a scout anyway, as they say. They provide you with a compass that works on this planet's
compass map stuff. But yeah, stuff like that. Just like I said, it's miscellaneous background stuff to
Agreed.
just to cover our butts in case there's any elven spies.
Indeed.
I'm not worried about a shopping trip.
Well, obviously, it doesn't stop a gnome being in the pay of the elves, but an elf would stick out in this place, given everyone else is a gnome. But understood. But yes, as I say, loaded up with all the equipment, all wearing your pith helmets and food and supplies and everything, so we won't worry about that sort of stuff. As we leave the party, we leave the adventure today, as you have the sight of the party riding off into the sunset, astride giant space hamsters. Thinking your best sort of rested music, as it were, as you head out on the hunt across the forested moon of Fenedoor. That's where we shall leave it today. Strikes me as a very sensible point. Hope you enjoyed it. And next time we shall see what happens as you cross the moon of Fenedoor. Thanks very much, guys.
Thanks, Doc.
Thank you.
Hey, I have one spot.